Welcome to HughVoices.com, the greater reflection of you. I'm Bobby Marvin. I'm here with Jessica Turral of Hand in Hand Inc. How you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Here we are in the second year of Hand in Hand.
Woo!
Awesome. Awesome. Well, first of all, for folks who may not know about Hand in Hand, please share about your agency and the work you do here for Baltimore's youth.
Sure. Hand to Hand Baltimore is a nonprofit I founded, and we basically partner with young people charged as adults who are males. So all of our kids, while they were under the age of 18, spent time in adult prisons, received adult charges, or actually served out sentences while awaiting for a trial. So we partner with them in various ways, from mentoring them, academic enrichment, case management, mental health. So all of the students in our program, we work with them while they're detained and once they're released. So when they're detained, we're putting together life plans. Once they get home, putting them into action, putting them into school, getting them into jobs, keeping them out of jail.
This is a tough field to get into, Jessica. For my little bit of research and interviewing folks, that's how I've learned, and also doing a little bit of work with youth justice as well. But how did you get into this I don't want to use the word business, but this field of work, this line of work?
That's funny. I get that question every time. Basically, when I was working in the mayor's office, they kind of introduced this population to me. They introduced this idea of young people charged as adults. And I thought it was very interesting because I didn't know a lot about it. And then once I started doing research, nobody was serving these youth. And that bothered me a lot because I'm thinking these are the most at risk. I hate the word at risk, but if we have to use it, these are the youth that at 14 and 15, if you're in adult prison, you really need some services so that you don't end up spending 25 years, lifetime in prison at the age of 16. And so that the fact that these people weren't getting served, these kids weren't getting served, bothered me to the point where I thought something needs to change, and I wanted to be a part of that change. And so I thought mental health was necessary to create stable reentry and stable life change. So we need to make sure that you mentally are stable to stop selling drugs, to move out of a house where people are using drugs, to stop robbing people. So let's start with the mental health, let's start with the self-confidence, and let's introduce you to opportunities so that jail is not your only option on the plate, or drugs is not the only option, but college, school, trade school, business owner, all of these are options because they've been introduced to you and we've explained to you how to get success in these different fields. And so once I found out the kids weren't being served, I was like, this is a huge problem. And I can't give up on somebody that's 21 or 14 or 16 and think that they're going to be the person they are, because I wasn't the person I am now that I was when I was 16 or even 21.
Jessica, is that an issue here in Baltimore? Do we really have 15-year-olds going to jail, being charged as adults, and going to jail that frequently? Is it really an issue?
14-year-olds. The youngest you can be charged as an adult in the state of Maryland is 14. And so you have 14-year-olds. I've had 14-year-olds in my programs. I have kids in my program who were charged at 14, who are now 16, still awaiting trial. So it's a huge, huge issue. And it's a really big issue for the 16 and 17-year-olds because people neglect. They think, okay, they're older, but they're still youth. So if you're in the adult system, it's not mandatory that you receive mental health, case management, academic enrichment like it is in the juvenile justice system. So you have these kids who aren't getting the services that they would be receiving if they were charged as juveniles, and we're expecting them to go home and to make this complete life change, but no one's willing to work with them while they're detained or once they get home. And it's a huge issue. I mean, 1,250 kids a year in Maryland alone are charged as adults, not to mention the 200,000 nationwide each year. So it's a big problem.
And from my understanding, Hand in Hand is working on a documentary.
Yes.
Talk about that. You're doing it all. You're doing it all.
I'm super excited. The kids got together and said, look, we want to tell our story. Because people think youth charged adults, monster immediately. Horrible, horrible crime. Can't ever be saved. Can't ever be changed. And never really see the individuals that are these youth charged adults. And the kids were bothered by that. So they wanted to get together and create a film that shared their stories, shared information about what led to them being charged adults, why it's not successful, and how it hurts and breaks up our families and our communities. And so we got a grant, and the kids did everything from directing it, writing it, editing it, filming it. They're even going to write the blurbs that go on the back of the documentary. So we basically kind of just found the funding and they did everything.
What's the name of the film?
Waved. So
Waved.
It's all about being waived from the juvenile, from taken from your community, up to the adults.
Wow, waived. Okay, and you also have a premiere coming up?
Yeah, I'm super excited about our fundraiser on November 11, 2011, which if you guys write it in numerically is 11-11-11, which is exciting because our theme is the power of one. All about the difference that one person, $1, 1 minute can make in someone else's life. And so at our fundraiser, we'll be premiering our documentary, we'll be collecting funds for our scholarship, because a lot of people don't know that if you're charged as an adult, you are getting a felony if you are found guilty or you take a plea agreement. And so at 16 and 17, you have a felony that blocks you from a lot of jobs, military, and also people don't realize, but financial aid. So you have kids who are 16 who made one mistake, who are now 17, 18. They want to try to go to college. They're automatically blocked from Pell Grants and other things because of the felonies that are on their record. And so we wanted to get together and use our movie and Hand to Hand to raise awareness and to raise dollars to give 4 young people scholarships so that they can go and they can receive their education. And then the kids will be there. The kids are hosting the whole thing. They'll be the ones in charge. They'll be the MCs. We'll also have food. It's very nice and fun and a silent auction. So I hope to see a lot of people there.
Where is it?
Johns Hopkins University. It'll be at 7:30. So it's November 11th, Johns Hopkins University, Glass Pavilion.
About to say where on Johns Hopkins?
Yep,
Big campus.
Glass Pavilion, the big Glass Pavilion. And don't you worry, we'll have lots of signs out there. And if I can scrounge up some volunteers, they'll even point you the way to go. And it should be a really good and fun time, and really just a way to support our kids because they've been doing exceptionally well. We have the kids all of our kids are in education programs. 75% of them have jobs right now, and we're on our way to getting the other 2 jobs. They're doing well. They have been out for a year, 6 months, 3 months, and they're not recommitting crimes because it works. So let's continue to make it work.
Jessica, the only way that a kid can get involved with the program is they have to go through BCDC through your program first, or can they get involved even if they just been released and they weren't in your program previously?
Nope, they can come from the community. I would say only one of our students now in the aftercare program, which is our community piece, is actually a student we worked with in BCDC. Everyone else was in the community and struggling, had the same charges, had the same adult charges, but couldn't find a program. And we worked with them because the kids from BCDC, it may take them 2 years, a year, 3 years to actually get out of BCDC. So if we just waited for them to come home, we'd be waiting for 2 and 3 years, and all these kids would be going unserviced. And so we've opened it up. Of course, our kids in BCDC always have a place in our program, but so do the other young people in the community who need the services.
Okay, and with that said, for a young man or a young woman just recently released and they're looking for those type of services, how can they get in contact with your office?
Sure. So we're on 2505 North Charles Street, and the office is usually open from 9 to 5. So if you want to come anytime 9 to 5, you can. You can call us 410-889-5072. You can ask for me, Jessica, or you can just say Hand to Hand and they'll give me the phone. Or you can also go to our website, which is www.handtohandbaltimore.org. Or for all the young people who are on Facebook, we even have a Facebook page. So you can search us, search the page, and you should be able to contact me that way. I mean, we really want volunteers. We want students. We just want to make our city better, but really at the same time empower our young people because they really need that. And so I hope that everyone will come out, not only to the fundraiser, but to volunteer and to come be a part of Hand to Hand.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Jessica.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you for watching HughVoices.com, the greater reflection of you.